In 1963, a Yale University professor of psychology named Stanley Milgram conducted an experiment that focused on the conflict of obedience to an authoritative figure and their personal conscience. Milgram was persuaded to pursue the justifications for the acts of genocide during the World War II Nuremberg war criminal trials when the defendants pleaded that they were just following orders from their superiors. The question that Milgram was following was as follows: could it be that Eichmann, a German Nazi SS who was a major organizer of the Holocaust, and his million accomplices in the Holocaust were just following orders? Could we call them all accomplices? Many people would say that no, every single person has a mind of their own, and everyone who participated in the Holocaust was as evil as the people who planned it. But research and studies show that that might not be the case. Aside from the coercion and threats, there are ways of getting millions of people involved through theories such as diffusion of responsibility and the bystander apathy effect. Many Yale students were given a survey before the experiment and were asked how many people they believed would go all the way to the highest shock setting. The highest percentage stated that only 3% of people would go to the highest shock, and after seeing that over 80% of people continued after 150 volts, and over 60% of people continued to the full 450 volts after the learner had gone silent after expressing terrible pain, baffled the researchers. Why would normal, everyday citizens expose other innocent people to this kind of torture? It's not like people are usually this cold-hearted. Many give to charity and would help a person in need. Why is this different? The bystander apathy effect, which goes hand in hand with the idea of the diffusion of responsibility, would suggest that the difference is that in this situation there's a clear presence of danger, and with even just one other person around, they are less likely to risk themselves. Imagine you saw a homeless man on the side of the road with no one around. You would probably give them food or some money because you felt the need to go out of your way to help. It is in human nature to look out for fellow humans. However, when the situation changes and the homeless man is being mugged and there are several other people walking on the sidewalk, the individual's mindset changes. There is a risk involved here. For the most part, regular citizens value their lives over random persons, so why risk their own? Then there is an added factor when other people are around, because the responsibility to help the person in need is not just on that one individual. The thought that someone else can go do it is passed around person to person until everyone is standing in shock and no one is helping. Because there is a man, apparently a man of power because of the lab coat, who takes responsibility for the pain caused on the learner, most of the participants would continue knowing that it was not their fault directly, and that if serious harm came to the learner, then they would be exempt from any blame. This experiment shows how ingrained obedience to authority is in our minds. From the day we are born, we are told to listen and not argue with people of power. In a civil setting, this usually isn't a problem. Your soccer coach telling you to do 5 more laps is optional in a sense. You do it without question because they have been a coach for many years and seem to know what they were talking about, even if you don't completely understand it yourself. Where this diffusion of responsibility takes a turn for the worse is when a figure of power abuses their authority and convinces masses of people to do terrible things.